Yes.
Yeah, I hear it. Okay. Alright, so we're good to go. Do you need a countdown? Or warm up? Or something?
I'm warmed up.
Okay.
It's surgery
So,
like riding a bike. You learn it when you're a kid.
Naturally.
Okay, I'm
right.
good to go. Just count me in.
You want countdown? Alright.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, go.
Alright, so this is Surgeon Simulator. The category we're doing is all surgeries. There was a DLC that came out, Anniversary Edition, which added 11 new surgeries, a new setting, and 2 different kinds of surgery. So we start in the hospital, in an operating room, which is where you would expect to do surgery, and we're going to perform a heart transplant. So the first thing we did was take a hammer and just kind of swing it across Bob's ribcage, and that just removes it. We're playing on the max sensitivity, and the game uses real physics to calculate damage, just mass times velocity squared or something like that, however the formula goes. So because we're on higher sensitivity, our horizontal speed is higher, which means we have more velocity, which means we do more damage, which means we can break things. I just threw a heart. So hearts are actually just RNG. Because the game hates its players, whether or not you win the game after completing a heart surgery is completely random. You just need to put the heart in, and then it just randomly decides you've won the game. It never actually registers that you've cleared the space for the old heart, so there's just an invisible heart in place. And yes, I can see his blood. Bob will be fine. I have this fancy green syringe over here that'll stop the bleeding if this mug will get out of my way.
You really did a number on Bob
He's
there.
fine. Like look at his face. It's just a nice, healthy pale.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Like a healthy
pale.
milky tone, or like Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. Kind of looks a bit like a bowl of Cocoa Puffs that's just been like in the milk and super soggy. So yeah, so this surgery is complete. We just need it to register as complete, which just need to wiggle the heart around inside his chest cavity. And every surgery but the hearts is fantastic and works perfectly. You can just trust me on that. Ugh. Please, heart, why are you doing this to me? Get in there. Be completed. Alright, so heart surgery is done. We're just gonna move on to a kidney transplant.
What about his ribs?
You don't need those?
Are you sure?
Okay, so
Is it gonna be fine?
kidney surgery is my favorite of all of them. I like eyeballs a lot too. So we need these scissors. There we go. And there's a bunch of unnecessary organs inside Bob that are just in the way of our kidneys, and we have to remove them. We have the small intestines, a colon, a stomach, and a liver. He doesn't need any of those. They're optional. And we can just quickly disconnect those and make way for the kidneys.
Ed, I'm gonna have to ask you to redo that heart surgery.
Ban Norcat from Mumble forever.
Oh.
That heart surgery was complete. The heart was in place. It actually is just completely random. It just sometimes doesn't complete.
Yeah, this game is like that sometimes.
I noticed you're still talking and not permanently banned from the Mumble. I guess Torko's asleep. Just pretend you're permanently banned for doubting me. I'm a doctor. I have a medical degree in medicalism. So, just kind of, now that we've made room, just kind of place the new kidneys in. And, oh god. So left kidney is the devil. Because you only have one hand, you can't actually pick it up where it is. So you just kind of have to push it out of the way with your middle finger. And it was out of the way, but then at the last second it rolled, stopping me from completing the surgery. This game hates me so much. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not actually a doctor. I used to be.
What?
Yeah, like about 2 months ago, I received a letter in the mail saying that I no longer have a license to practice medicine in the state of Virginia. Ever since then, my surgeon simulator times have just gone way down. It's just the game just knows. I'm also not even wearing my stethoscope right now. I own a pair of stethoscopes. Just don't. Neglected to bring them with me. Everything is wrong.
Don't you mean your times have gone way up?
There we go. So that's a completed surgery. We got an A, so it works. Alright, so now we're going to perform brain transplant, which is actually one of the easier surgeries, just like in real life. So we're just going to take a hammer, because hammers are a magical wand that just kind of remove bones, and we're going to reset, because we didn't actually pick up the hammer. That happens sometimes. Instead of picking up an item, it'll just kind of clip into your fingers. So then we're just going to gently remove Bob's skull. And I'm not actually sure why people have skulls. It just makes it harder to get to the brain. It's like it's protecting it or something. It doesn't actually make sense. Like, why would you not want free access to your brain? What if you need a new one, like Bob does? He could probably do this himself if he didn't have that skull. Because it's actually really hard to just break open your own skull with a hammer. I've tried. Alright, that's a easy surgery. Alright, so now is probably the most horrifying thing you're going to see in this marathon, which is a double eyeball transplant. First thing, take our best friend the hammer, just kind of beat these nerd goggles off of him. And then we're going to grab this jar of eyeballs, this bottle, and just kind of dump them out and just let them roll around on the desk for use later. And then we're going to grab my favorite scalpel, which is this little skinny one, and we're just going to jam it into Bob's eye.
Take a minute to thank Jeff for the raid.
Oh, thanks for the raid, Jeff.
There you go. Welcome, Goof Troop Raiders, to the most skilled surgery that you'll ever see. Sorry,
I'm not watching chat. I'm focusing on surgery. So after we've jammed the scalpel into both of Bob's eyes and pulled it out, we then beat him over the head until his eyes pop out. And then
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, then we can just cut the eyeballs loose.
It's just...
So brutal, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The eyeballs are actually stuck in there pretty well. Like, I'm not sure why, like, they're so attached. You'd think it'd be easy to just pull them out. And you should just be able to grab them and yank them off. I've tried. Bob didn't like it that much, though. And then, so once you've disconnected the eyeballs, you can take your scalpel and just skewer new ones and just kind of pop them into place. And I lost most of the eyeballs, but there's this little 8-ball here, and that'll do. Close enough for Jazz.
Ed, I think I know why you lost your license.
Okay,
yeah,
so now it's time for dentistry, which is something that surgeons do. Bob has some bad teeth. 3 of them. So we need to replace his 3 bad teeth. And he wasn't specific about it, so we can replace them with any kind of teeth we want, and we only need to replace the bad ones. Okay, so just have a look at his mouth, note where the bad teeth are. You want good groupings. We take the Desu hammer here, it's a precision tool, and just kind of pop Bob in the mouth to try to knock the bad teeth out. Just, the only thing you want is you want to make sure there's at least one good tooth next to where your bad tooth was, so you have something to aim for. Okay, good. So that's the bad teeth out. We're gonna pry the lid off of this thing of teeth. Or at least just open it up, but it's easier to just snap this thing off, because the little plastic lid. Okay, good. Molars are my favorite. They're big and manly. And who doesn't like molars in the front of their mouth? So then we just take these forceps, not tweezers, forceps, because I'm a doctor, I use forceps, not tweezers. And then just replace the bad teeth. Okay, so then we just... and there. And then one more tooth. Done. Beautiful.
Wait, there are working forceps in this game?
Yeah. Alright, so each surgery after we've completed the set is going to go a bit faster. There we were stationary in operating room. Here we're going to be going down the hospital corridor. So to start the surgery, we need a few things. We need a new heart, we need something sharp, and we need a hammer, because we got to get through these ribs. So what we're going to do right at the start is we're just going to like take tools and just kind of pile them onto Bob. And occasionally tools are going to come by on carts. And I'm high right now, but that's not actually an issue. I can perform surgery while high pretty easily. And there's actually a blue syringe on this table which we can try to jam our hand into, and that's going to cure our marijuana overdose. But yeah, the green syringe is full of marijuana. You can inject marijuana into Bob to stop his bleeding, but you become very high. And he becomes high when you inject him, but he is asleep, so he doesn't even notice. But I'm a professional. I can perform surgery under these circumstances. I didn't get anything sharp. I have a scalpel there, but it's facing the wrong way. And you need the way to be facing away from you, because you have no really good way to rotate it. So we just need to find a new one off of one of these tables. Oh, this is perfect, and then the table just went away from me. There's nothing that'll work on this one, so we just gotta wait a little bit. That one will kind of work. Let's check the table we're about to go here. Poop. This is some bad RNG. Alright, let's grab this box and see what we can get out of it. Okay. It's got a big pile of knives in Bob's chest cavity. Ah, perfect.
Good.
Okay, so then we cut out the old heart. No problemo. I think we got it cut out. If I had a face cam right now, you'd just see that my face is just pressed against the screen. I actually I actually have a pair of glasses I should probably be wearing when I perform surgery, so I can actually see. Okay.
Even when you wear your glasses, you still lean really hard.
It's true.
You're a big leaner.
Okay, we need to reposition this knife just a little bit, so we're just going to set it down and pick it up again. Alright, so let's talk about Bob's blood. You have 5.5 liters of blood in your body, and you actually only need 1 milliliter of blood to be alive. Anything else is just like for show and to impress ladies. So just if we get, so we can just stop the bleeding whenever we feel like it with the marijuana injector. Just stick that into his eye. And now we just need a new heart, and there's a heart right there. Just slap that into place, and then jiggle it around until it takes. Because once again, heart surgery. There's a invisible heart where the bad one was, and we need to get the heart to touch that hitbox. But there's an invisible heart blocking it, so we just kind of like throw it around and trick the game into thinking that there's a good heart there. It works sometimes. It's awful.
It's a good video game.
Yeah, I really wish that this worked. This is the only thing stopping this from being like the next Super Mario 64. Is just this right here. Like, that heart's in. You can very clearly see that heart is in. There's nothing I can do to make it more in than it is now. There it is. Alright. The heart surgery just will randomly complete itself. It just needs to figure out that I did it. Alright, so now we're going to perform a double kidney transplant. Okay, so let's get this stupid little blanket out of here. Alright, so for the double kidney transplant, I just need 2 kidneys and something sharp. So I've got these kidneys right here, and those will just roll away. But it's the thought that counts. Maybe one will stay. Grab these scissors, maybe get started on the cutting them up. Okay, so there's some specific spots that you need to cut the intestines to make it work. So we got the colon loose. We need to disconnect the intestines from the stomach. There we go. And then we can disconnect the stomach from the esophagus. Good. And now we need to get the 2 kidneys loose. That's 1. And go in sideways here. Oh, that angle's not gonna work. So we'll just we'll throw away that the scissors, start emptying them out. And then this scalpel will work perfect. That's a good angle. Except for my favorite scalpel, which has magical properties, the only thing that matters for the other ones is just the angle it's in. You
should tell everyone about your EMT training.
My EMT training?
Yes.
Out of high school, I went to school to become an emergency medical technician. I graduated top of my class and had 500 confirmed kills against Al-Qaeda. And I saved probably millions of lives. Like, I don't know how many people like exist in the world, but I probably saved about twice that many lives. So
14 lives is a lot, man.
yeah, so now we just need 1 more kidney, because we dropped 1 on before already, but there's a total of 4 kidneys floating around. So just kind of wait for 1 to show up. There's probably 1 in here. Yep, okay, there's the other kidney here. Come to me, kidney. Alright, just throw that in. Easy surgery. Alright, so the brain transplant. Here we need something sharp to disconnect the brain, we need a new brain, and we need a hammer. It has to be exactly a hammer, nothing else will remove a skull. Without
I like how your watch randomly comes off sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know when I like take the time to put it back on. Just well, I don't know when because I'm not wearing a watch when I do it, but still.
God damn it.
Okay. So that was a failure.
The backwards wheelchair is amazing.
Well, he needs to be facing me for me to do brain surgery on him. Come on, where did you graduate at the top of your class?
Purdue?
Yeah, I don't know what Bob is doing with all these brains, why he just needs surgery so often. But, like, I'm not gonna judge.
He's probably just accident prone.
He's paying his medical bills.
He injects many marijuanas into his eyeballs.
Alright, well, there was a scalpel on that desk, with my favorite scalpel, and it was a really good position to grab, but then a box got stuck in my finger, so I couldn't grab anything. Alright, we're high again. Have we gotten a hammer yet? Okay, there's our first hammer. This is important. We gotta get this hammer. That's a post-it note. Oh no! Okay, so that happens sometimes, where if there's 2 objects on top of each other, you're basically guaranteed to grab the one on bottom. So I went to grab the hammer, but it's like, you wanted that post-it note, didn't you? So then I just picked up the post-it note, and the hammer just kind of came along, and everything went bad, and we're gonna have to unhigh ourselves at this point. So there's a, okay, there's a... The blue ones, I think, are just like a Bible that's just been like crushed up and put into like liquid form, and that causes massive bleeding when you inject it to someone because it's literally Satan. That's like where he's from, the Bible. But it does cure marijuana overdose. Oh man. Okay, so we need a new hammer to show up. We have enough sharp things, so that's good. And then eventually we'll need a brain. Here's a brain. Reach into this jar. Reaching inside a jar is really hard.
It's just an axe. Just an axe in the brain jar.
No, it's a surgical tool. Oh my god, hammer.
What are the nurses
hammer
doing?
now, hammer now. Nice. Okay, we're ready to perform surgery. Got a nice hammer. It's an awful grip on it, but it's a hammer. There's no bad way to hold a hammer.
I can think of a couple.
Okay, so then we just kind of like, we gently rub it on Bob's brain to massage the skull off.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Yeah, kind of like cleaning a stain off of a sponge. Just kind of ray.
You didn't need that skull anyway.
Yeah, then we want to grab this scalpel down here.
Just
one that's
remove the
facing
cranial
sideways.
membrane.
Alright, we just knocked our brain loose. We can grab a new one. But we cut the old brain off. And we need... Okay, the brain's being selfish. We're done cutting it. We want the brain stem, not the brain. The brain bleeds a lot. Get to the brain stem. Okay, so Bob's almost dead. He's going to die in seconds if we don't save him, and we have a marijuana injector. Oh god, this is gonna be close. I don't think we're gonna make it.
That man needs his marijuana.
I am a
Oh my
wizard.
No, you're just a doctor.
So now we need a brain.
You're just
Okay, he's
doing
still
your job.
bleeding. Marijuana can only do so much. We have, he's still bleeding about a milliliter every like 1.2, 1.3 seconds. So we have a little bit of time for a brain to come, but we do need to get a brain into him because that's gonna solve everything. All of the problems that he's experiencing right now will be solved by a brain. You know,
Oh God.
so, it's in our and Jesus' hands now.
Oh my god. This is not where you want to be.
Nope, still no brains.
Oh no.
Alright,
Dude.
Jesus, please. Please save this man.
Nope.
Marijuana wizard.
Nope, no brains there.
How many brains are there on this level?
There's 2. And when we throw one on the ground, it should, like, respawn. So there should still be 2 circulation. Nope, still no brains.
This is a little bit worrisome.
You know,
Bob deserves
sometimes
better.
it's just not meant to be. Alright, we
You
have
still
a little bit longer to go. Can we get like maybe 2, 3, 4 more shots at a brain? Something like that. Alright, we got the brain, Now we just need to get it out of the jar. Alright,
Praise
I
our
have the
Jesus.
brain into the skull. Did it. Perfect
Yay.
surgery.
Whoa!
Saved Bob.
Saved his life. Alright, time for
We
eyeballs.
saved speedrunning. We
Oh,
saved
God.
the marathon.
Oh god.
Okay. So we need something sharp. Something nice. Okay, this is my favorite scalpel. And it's absolutely necessary for eyeball surgery. It's not actually necessary, but it's really nice. You need a knife, or scissors. Just like some other sharp object, which we'll be using a lot in space, won't quite do. And then we'll need some eyeballs.
Space? Hello.
Yeah, we're going to space later. Don't worry about it.
Why?
Yeah, we're going to space.
Have you never seen this game before, Nor?
I've never seen All Surgeries, no. Ed hasn't
man.
run it in a long time.
It's true. It's because I lost my license.
Yeah, I love this game though. This game is a ton of fun to watch. Speaking of which, you guys should all tweet the stream, posts, all that good stuff. Really helps us out.
Literally saves lives.
It literally saves lives.
Okay. I cannot express how hard it is to just pick things up. Here's some eyeballs. That's good though. Alright, well, I have some scissors somehow. Picking things up is the hardest thing in the entire run. It's not
Can you
close.
actually do anything with that water bottle?
That water bottle probably could hurt Bob. Just like
Okay.
stick it places.
Okay. Oh god, the eyeball.
This is just by far the worst surgery.
Things aren't going well. I still need a scalpel. Any scalpel will do. Pick one up. Alright, so this is a really awkward angle. if we can get it into Bob's eye, we're in there. Okay, this one will actually be perfect if we can pick it up. Please. Oh my god, everything is terrible. All is becoming hate. Please. Oh my god.
I believe in you, Doctor.
I'd like to point out I am the best surgeon in the world, and anytime I fail to do something, it's just because this game is bullshit.
Or it's
I
impossible.
agree.
Okay, we have a scalpel. It's on. So the scalpel immediately goes into Bob's eye. We got a glitch there where the scalpel goes into his eye and immediately pops loose, so now we need to pick it up again, and this actually gives the scalpels a few extra properties, which makes it stupid. But once we're holding it, it doesn't make a difference. It just makes it a little bit harder to pick up. So it happened again, and this is a problem. So, but now we just need to... Luckily it landed straight, so we can still use it as a scalpel. So both of Bob's eyes are popped out, so once again, just beat him in the head, get his eyeballs loose. And then just grab the scalpel, and then just cut the eyeballs loose. And there's a little bit of blood involved in this. I don't know what. Also like to point out the 5.5 liters of blood in your body. In this case, all of it is in his eyes. And the brain surgery is all in his brain. It just moves to wherever is like... It's kind of like an erection. When like a part of your body gets excited, just blood goes there. So like, yeah, so it's like that. So when the eyes get excited, all the blood goes there. So all the blood in his body is just in his eyes, and that's why he looks so pale. Alright, so now we skewer the eyeballs, and the reason I like my favorite scalpel so much is it has a property where it can just always pick up eyes, where sometimes you can skewer an eye and it'll just immediately pop off, and then you can never pick up that eye again. And I just threw an eye through Bob's head, and it just kind of landed in space somewhere. So don't worry about that. So yeah. So because I've already poked all these eyes once, and it didn't register, I have to jam this in by hand, which is a lot harder, and you have to just be a bit more forceful. Just hand it in. Just kind of have to just jam your thumb into his eye socket, basically. And then it works. There we go. Perfect.
Perfect.
Alright. Okay, so now the much gentler tooth surgery. Alright, so we need a lot of things for tooth surgery. First of all, we need a pair of forceps, and they need to be facing away from us. Straight. This is, like, the most important thing in any surgery ever. Otherwise, you just cannot place teeth. Then we just need something sharp to cut the mask free. Which is easy enough. Then we just need to knock the bad teeth loose. Is there radio? No one likes you. So the Desu hammer works fine. The big hammer is effective, but not accurate. There's a little nose hair trimmer you can use to shave Bob's mustache, and we have some free time, so if we can pick that up, we can try it. No, missed it. Hammers, please. Nope. And no, dang. So the corridor is RNG, because you don't have all of your tools guaranteed. But beyond, after that, there's no more RNG in the run, it's just classic bullshit. Okay, so, alright, here's the Desu hammer. So now, start popping the teeth loose. This hammer is actually a precision tool somehow. Can aim it and stuff. Good. Alright, and the last one. Got it. Boom. Alright. So now we just start jamming molars into his mouth. Ah!
Is it okay for his old teeth to be just like stuck in his mouth?
Yeah, it's fine. We only need to get rid of the. We only need to replace the bad teeth. He didn't specify anything about other teeth.
Fair enough.
Alright, and last tooth goes here. And by there I meant here. And by that was a miss. I missed, I'm sorry. I'm running out of... Like, I'm gonna feel really silly if I actually replace all of his teeth, which I think I did. Oh no, okay, I'm down to my last tooth. Got it, okay. Okay, so things need to get even faster now. We're going to be performing the next set of surgeries in the back of a moving ambulance. And this is actually a great place to show off fast ribs, where we just do this. And if you do that right, which is a little precise, but you don't need to do it perfect, is you just pop the entire rib cage off in one swing. So as you can see, the ambulance is going to move around a little bit. And it's going to send the items in the ambulance flying. And like fire extinguisher and oxygen tank are going to come try to help with the surgery, but they're not doctors. They can't help with the surgery.
Well, the fire extinguisher helps later, I think.
No, that's only that's only for murder.
Oh, okay.
Remember, if you have a fire extinguisher in your house, just get rid of it. They're only used as murder.
I mean, that could still be useful. Just throw away a perfectly
Okay,
good
so
fire
once again,
extinguisher.
heart surgery is done. I just need the heart to take. Got it. Alright. Kidneys. These scissors. So the nice thing about the kidney surgery in the ambulance is when the ambulance rocks around, it'll hopefully remove some of the organs for us, and that'll save us some time. Just let them fly out of his body and go everywhere. That way we don't have to spend time removing them ourselves, especially if it removes the left kidney, because once again, we only have one hand. Nigel has gone really far in life as a surgeon with one hand. And also an elbow that can't bend. Which is remarkable that he got this job as a surgeon, but like, look at the results. He's saving lives, and quickly too.
He gets there.
So, Anniversary Edition, as well as adding new surgeries, it made a bunch of small changes. One of the nice ones is the kidney box was moved slightly to the right, and that just makes it infinitely less likely that the kidneys will fly out the back of the ambulance, which is really nice, because having a kidney fly out the back of the ambulance while you're trying to do surgery makes it really hard to replace the kidneys. Because then you have to like get out of the ambulance and like chase down the kidneys off the side of the road, and that wastes a ton of time. And you also can't even do that because this is a video game, you just have to reset. But you can pretend that a nice Australian one-armed surgeon went running down the highway trying to get a kidney so that he could finish his surgery. I assume he's Australian because he's named Nigel.
Probably.
Or is that an English name?
I think it's both.
It's true. That is where Australians are from, and all white people.
Can I read a donation real quick?
Sure.
$40 from Purry Purry.
Wow.
$5 per extra fight in Grand Stream, but at least I won the race.
Yeah, he did. After surgery, I'll donate my money I owe the marathon. Okay, so this surgery is literally broken. There's like frame rate issues that cause the skull to no clip occasionally. So then the hammer will clip through the skull directly into the brain, doing a bunch of damage and not actually like removing any skull. So we need to take it absurdly slow in order to prevent instant death. Because if you just swing the hammer at his skull, then he'll just instantly die. And that's hilarious. But not fast. And then we're done with that hammer, so we can just throw it out the back of the ambulance. Let me just tickle the brain loose, grab a knife, cut it out. Huh. Then put the fresh brain in. Oh, almost dropped it. Get in there. Nice. And as you can see, the brain is perfect. Completed.
Oh god.
Yeah, there's no problem.
Manhandled that old brain. Oh jeez.
Okay, so eyeball surgery. Still my favorite. Love it.
No.
So, remove goggles, grab the best scalpel. Pointy scalpel is best, girl. Jam it in his eye, pull it out, jam it in the other eye, pull it. Actually, before we pull it out, let's knock the eyeballs loose. So, the ambulance does silly things to the eyeball jars. They can actually clip into each other, and then they just get stuck and then you can't get the eyeballs out, and it's awful. Also, knives can attach themselves to the eyeballs inside the jar, but without, and just go through the jar. So then you have the jar floating around with just a bunch of scalpels sticking out of it. It's like a voodoo doll, but it's a jar of eyeballs, which is probably what voodoo dolls are.
What,
So,
just jars of eyeballs?
yeah, but just like covered in knives and pins and stuff, and then there's like bits of pills going around, and I hope there's still... See, some of my eyeballs fell, like, on the ground, and there's still one jar sitting around, and I hope there's actually still 2 eyeballs I can pick up. Otherwise, I'm wasting a lot of time stabbing Bob for no reason, instead of stabbing Bob to save his life.
I mean, you're still stabbing Bob to save his life.
There's one rolling around over there, and there's probably at least one still in that jar that's standing up straight, and then I need to knock it over. This ambulance doesn't do it for me. Bob, eyeball, go away. The eyeballs have 4 connections, which is like twice as many as your heart. So there's priorities by your body. Like, your heart only connected in 2 places. No cares about heart. Brain, only 1. Eyeballs, 4. So, clearly the eye showed up first at the getting connections meeting. Ah! Okay, well that was an unfortunate bit of physics that just happened. Are there even eyeballs on the jar? Okay, there are eyeballs in the jar. Confirmed. So now I just need to get the eyeballs out. Okay, good. Alright, plenty of eyeballs. Oh. Let's pop that in there. Get a new eyeball. Shoot. Perfect. Alright. And our last ambulance surgery, where we need to replace some teeth. And I don't know about you, but replacing teeth is a precision thing, and precision is hard in the back of a moving ambulance. But luckily, I'm the best in the world, and the best out of the world, as you'll see after the surgery. Alright, it's not the worst ever. Okay, so grab our little Desu hammer, which is being guarded by the radio. Ha. Bob? Bob. Bob, oh my god. Bob, please. Bob, you need to calm your... Bob! Bob, stop it! Bob! Bob, what are you doing? Bob! Bob, I'm scared. Bob, please calm down. Bob! Bob! Bob!
Doctors are...
I think we need a creep, and not a doctor.
Okay, I'm gonna reset the surgery now.
Oh, stop! Oh my god!
Oh, I'm crying right now. That's never happened before.
Oh my god! Okay.
I think we need to repeat Bible block after that.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Tarko.
So I have 2 hours of sleep, that will work.
Good.
Good.
Perfect.
Because I'm totally going to sleep after this.
Me too. Okay, good. So now we just need some forceps, which the ambulance loves to like shake tools around, so grabbing forceps at a good angle is hard. There's a pair. Fire extinguisher. Now is not your time. Okay. Alright. So now we just replace the teeth. Which is not easy to do in an ambulance. May take a little bit of time. Good. I believe that's the top done. Now I need to work on the bottoms.
Oh yeah, Ed,
Yes.
did everything work?
Yeah.
Good.
You can tell that it worked because the stream is not on fire.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's definitely...
we did perform a live exorcism.
That's definitely a highlight.
This was quite a run. I dropped my tweet. Okay, so that's another glitch that happens in the ambulance, where it'll kind of drop your tools out of your hand. Luckily, there's plenty of forceps around. So Bob is a very manly man, and he has a huge grizzled jaw that makes it very hard to actually get things into his mouth because it keeps bumping on his jaw. But ambulance teeth is easily the longest surgery, just because it's so hard to place. Where are there still teeth? Is it this one? Good. Okay. Okay. Alright, so even faster than an ambulance is orbiting the Earth at like 1,000,000 feet per second, or however fast orbiting the Earth goes. I'm a doctor, not a physicist. So, surgery itself is actually pretty easy in space. All the organs just kind of float away when you're done with them. The only problem is picking up tools is already hard, but doing it in zero gravity just makes it that much more difficult. But a little bit of fancy maneuvering to that. And okay, we have a problem. Okay, the heart has gone free. And it's currently out of bounds. Okay, there we go. Luckily there's walls around us on all sides. Another changed to Anniversary Edition. There didn't used to be a wall behind us. So once a tool you need goes free, you just kind of like wait and it'll eventually bounce around. So let's get this heart in. Perfect. And now we're done with heart surgeries forever. Now we perform a double kidney transplant in 0G. G stands for gravity. And then whenever we cut an organ loose, it's just gonna fly away like a good little kid. It knows it's overstayed its welcome. It knows it's not needed. Do you got, like, when was the last time you guys used your colon? Alright. Things worthless. Kidneys, however, they're vital, and you need them both. Having just one kidney means that you die twice as fast.
I trust your opinion on this, Doctor.
Oh, it's
because
no
you're
opinion.
a doctor.
It's a medical fact.
Oh, of course, Doctor.
Stupid liver, which are delicious and full of nutrients. So if you ever need to eat someone but like you're not that hungry, just eat their liver. It's where like 80% of their nutrition is. The rest is like scattered throughout their body and like in their blood. So we have to place two objects in space, and objects in space like to float around. So just kind of like super gently set it down and just try to get the other one in quickly before it floats away. And then it's floated. So now we just kind of like bop them gently and try to like massage them into place. Yeah, so like all of the vitamins, all the like cool vitamins, the ones that like would go on cereal boxes, whereas like full of vitamin A and B and stuff, like those are all in your liver. Most of the protein is obviously going to be like the muscles and stuff, and there's lots of like connective, a lot of culinary goodness. That's what makes stews good. Lots of connective tissue, but you need to like break that down. You don't have that much time for like eating people fast. But yeah, livers are the way to go. Or like auto cannibalism, you can live long enough without your own liver for you to eat it and then die because you don't have a liver anymore. But you can enjoy the flavors of your own liver first. And that's like the rarest delicacy. And you get to be yellow while you do it too. And who doesn't want to be yellow? Like, the sun is yellow for the next like million or so years. And it's going to be red and it's going to explode. And that's the inevitable heat death of the universe.
But we won't be around for that, so it's fine.
Well, you will be, because I'm such a good doctor. I'll keep you around forever.
Oh god.
Okay, we're so close.
Kidney now.
Kidneys. Hold on, I can do this. I'm a doctor.
I believe in you, Doctor.
If you go to medical school, any medical school, they do train you for exactly this, placing 2 kidneys in zero gravity with one hand. Like, back when I was a practicing doctor, I did this at least 4 times a day. And then I went to work. Give this one a little bit longer, then I'm just gonna mercy kill the surgery. This is okay, this is so in there.
We are 45 minutes ahead of schedule, so take as much time as you need.
Okay, that's true. I know, but this is really boring also. Oh, we got it!
Nice.
Okay, so brain surgery in space is awesome. I don't, Bob's gonna die. Just throwing this out there. We're gonna hit him in the head with a hammer and he's going to die, and we're gonna keep doing that until he doesn't die, and then we will have completed the surgery, and that's the fastest way to do this. Oh, okay. Shouldn't have dropped the hammer yet. That was, we weren't quite ready to get the brain out. So, a little foolish. Where did the hammer go? Let's grab the marijuana injector real quick.
I still miss the times when you would use the fire extinguisher to bash open the skull. It was just like a 50% chance of instantly killing Bob.
This is, like, back in the day, this is how they did surgery, where they would just, like, do a thing, and then if you died, they're just like, oh, we'll get the next one. It's like when they, like, cured poison with leeches, and it's like, sometimes you, like, got over the poison naturally, and what you were going to do anyway, and sometimes the leeches killed you. And, like, leeches were just 100% bad no matter what, but, like, it felt like it worked, because stuff happened. That's in it. So this is what happens when you kill Bob.
Imagine killing Bob like that with a fire extinguisher.
Do you want, like, if we're really this ahead of schedule, I could just try to do a bad end run, but that's awful, and I don't want to do that in a marathon. Bad end is when you just try to kill Bob as fast as possible, and that usually involves sticking a pizza cutter in private places.
Jesus.
It's either that or Peggle.
Oh.
No. Although, for the record, I did beat Zach SK in a Peggle money match at AJDQ.
That's true.
I am undefeated at AJDQ money matches. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. Damn it, there's like this tiny bit of skull. Not what I... Alright, pizza cutter. Let's do this. Alright, so the reason I don't want to use the pizza cutter most of the time is, one, because it's terrible, and two, because once you start it, it never stops making its noise. So that's just a part of our life forever now. So enjoy. Alright, so now I need to look around for my favorite surgical tool, which is a shard of broken glass. Because shards of broken glass have the property of having edges on all sides, which makes them ideal for use in space, because the angle won't matter. Yeah, so you can just grab it however you want and just get it in there. Get in there.
Oh god, you smacked his brain good.
Yeah, I did. Okay, he's bleeding a lot, but it's fine. Like I said, you only need one. The rest is just to impress the ladies. And we killed him. Look. Surgery is really hard. If I just say this is really hard, you'll believe me, right?
Of course, Doctor.
It's not that, like, I'm awful.
No.
Because that's not it. This is just really hard.
Of course. sometimes just accidentally stab a man in the brain a couple times with like broken glass and other surgical tools.
So how's
These things
everyone
just happen.
doing? Everyone having a good time? See, okay, so this is a perfect example of doing the clip. We've done 1,000 damage to Bob, and we haven't actually, like, touched his skull yet. But sometimes it just clips through the skull and just, like, goes directly to the brain. Like cartoons. Do depth perception. Okay, we got this. One tiny bit of skull left over. Okay, that should be good. Let's disconnect the brain. It's tickled out. Scalpel on here. Perfect. Oh god, that was so good. Alright, just pretend I did this on the first try.
First try.
First try. Eased. Alright, so space eyeballs are a good time because we need to pick up eyeballs in space. So I didn't always know that you could skewer eyeballs with a knife. I used to think that you had to pick them up by hand, which means that there were a couple of completed runs where I literally did this surgery by picking up eyeballs with my bare hands in space, because I'm a wizard. Alright, so that was some physics that just happened. The knife will straighten itself once it's into Bob's eye. And as long as you get as long as you match the hitboxes together, it doesn't matter where they were before, it'll work. And then beat Bob in the head until his eyeballs pop out. So, also, only problem is when you flail your arm around in space, there's like the various needles are floating around, so you're likely to accidentally inject some marijuana. And so if I spot the Bible needle floating around, I'll give it a poke. But otherwise, we're just gonna try to do this high. Like that's the marijuana injection. Just cutting the eyeballs loose is not a problem. It's actually trying to pick them up, because there's a jar over on the left that is full of eyeballs, and we need to kind of scoop them out from there. And they like to hang out along the rims of the jar, because I think there's actually some kind of physics that supports that. It's like dew sticks to the side of the glass. I don't remember the name for it, but things like to stick to stuff. It's like friction, but it's not. It's like a fancy friction that's only for sticking to things. So we just stick our scalpel in and see if we get an eyeball. Try to actually get a slightly better grip on it. So we let the scalpel go. Just kind of grab it as far back as we can. And the risk of letting anything go in space is that it's way more likely to just clip through your fingers instead of actually picking it up. So now we need a new scalpel. That's a marijuana injection. Well, we're in a predicament. Fuck. Okay. Let's use our amazing surgical skills to pick up a scalpel. Or maybe we can just try to pick up an eyeball. Kitty knife grab him? That's not gonna work. Grab eyeball. No. I'm gonna have to reset this.
And you've really need some Jesus in you.
Right? See, you need to just never let go of your nice scalpel. Okay, so you'll notice that Bob's bleeding a lot. That's because the Bible injection causes a lot of bleeding, and it just barely got to the tip of his skull and just started poking him and just filling his head with lies. And then that's gonna literally kill him, and that's what the Bible does to you. We're gonna restart because the only cure for Bible is marijuana, and we lost our marijuana. Okay, so we're just gonna do the surgery like this. Do the safe strat. Please. This is really slow. Cutting the goggles
Sorry?
off is difficult. Bob, you're bleeding a lot. And I'm kind of concerned about this. Can I do
I think a little marijuana won't fix.
I don't know where my marijuana is. I think that's the Bible over there.
Oh.
Let's just try to go fast. Okay, we're not gonna be able to save him without marijuana. So we're just gonna set this down. Okay, well, this is a disaster. Now that the box in the hand. Alright, let's grab the marijuana. Okay. Perform the marijuana injection. Oh, that's the Bible. Fuck. Okay, well...
Oops.
We'll get this. This was actually a clever ploy to solve the fact that the marathon is 45 minutes ahead of schedule, and we can't just count on a disaster happening on its own. We have to make one. And that's what Surgeon Simulator is. A disaster. Maybe if I just say more offensive things, everything will solve itself. Hey Vash, tell me something that you like.
I don't know. Video games?
Spending money on video games is a waste.
Well, I mean, I knew that. Curry taught me that.
Also, I don't know if you're aware, but 100% of school shooters have played video games. Therefore, everyone who has played a video game will eventually bring a gun to school and kill all of their classmates. But only the ones who have never played a video game before, because they aren't going to waste their time killing the ones who have played video games, because they're going to hell anyway.
Fair enough, fair enough. Have you done that yet? Because I know you've played video games
Yeah, of course I
before.
have. That's why I became a doctor.
Oh, okay.
Just took my gun to school, shot literally everyone because I'm the best, and then I fixed all of them using my surgical skills.
Oh, and that's how you got your degree.
Yeah. Then I just sent a snippet of the newspaper article about it to Harvard, and then like 1 degree, please, and they're like, all right, here you go.
Huh.
And that's
I
how
never
you
knew
get a
that.
degree from Harvard. Just shoot everyone that you know, and then fix them using surgery. Eyeballs stop flying away. So yeah, so now all of the eyeballs are in really awkward places. that one. Okay. No. Alright. Did it. Okay.
Got it.
Final
First
surgery.
try.
Then we're done. Alright, so this is teeth, which is everyone's favorite surgery, which is a lie because everyone hates the surgery. And by that I mean I'm the only surgeon in the world. Which everyone who's ever speedran this game has stopped when Anniversary Edition came out. Probably because they knew I was just too good and there was no point in competing with me.
Of course, of course.
Alright. So I'll grab the Desu hammer. Good. So, fun fact, I want everyone to, like, lean their head back and just relax their jaw. Just let your jaw do whatever it does naturally. And you'll notice that it's going to open. If you just, like, lean your head back so you're, like, laying down and you just open your, relax your jaw, it'll open. And that's how you find skeletons. Their mouths are open. Bob, for some reason, his head's natural resting position is mouth closed. Because he's a monster. So, unless you specifically prod his mouth open, it will just be closed. And you have to, like, jam it open with your tweezers and stuff. It's awful. See, look at his mouth. It's closing. It's closing. See?
See if you can replicate the demon mouth again.
No.
That was terrifying, please.
It's also only going to work in the ambulance. What happened was its jaw gained velocity, and because it's attached to something, it had nowhere to go. So then it just went.
It just went.
And that's only going to happen in the ambulance. And ready on time?
Ready?
Because it matters.
Totally.
Time.
10702.
Nice. It's like only awful. and here's my degree of surgicalism. And usually at the end of every Surgeon Sim run, if I got world record, I will sign the world record. But I didn't get world record, so we're gonna try our best to just give us an HK.
This is a marathon record.
Yeah,
Still
it's a
counts.
marathon record, so let's do it. Okay. Alright, we're on pace.
Can you draw a cat bag?
Yeah, I can draw a cat bag. We, reset reception real quick. Grab the pen. Alright, one cat bag coming up. Alright, I need some cat bags in chat for reference. But, okay, so it's like a bag. Okay. There's the bag part. Alright, so then it needs the, some sides to be more baggy. The notepad weighs the same as the pen, by the way, which makes drawing on it awkward. Okay, good. Now it has ears, so let's just go from here. Go ear. Okay, now it needs another ear. Okay, not now. Okay, so now it has a mouth. Okay. There's one eye. There's another eye. And then it needs the little headset. Cat bag.
Yay!
Alright.
Well done, Doctor.
So I'm gonna cut this now. And you can do your space quest.
Okay. Well done. Hey guys, I'm back. This is not a Shenmue 3 race, this is Space Quest 3. So this will be the conclusion to the Puri block for today. Space Quest 3 is the hypest thing. And a reminder that this is a marathon for the raising funds for HK members to get to the Summer Games Done Quick events next month or the month after. I'm not sure. And any excess funds of our goal will go straight to the charity, which is MSF, Doctors Without Borders. Alright, so let me get set up for Space Quest here. This will be also the last run that I host tonight. We'll be handing it over to Torko after this. Let me change our now playing. So, this Space Quest 3 is also going to be, as far as I know, the first adventure game in like an online marathon. So get hype.
This should be good.
This should be great. Great is what
Also,
you meant
this
there.
This is the last game you can donate for to try and get to $840 to get Purry to sing. What was it?
That was true, though I already did sing, because the person who requested it already left.
Oh. Well, never